another video. Unfortunately filming this at the end pretty much of the engine bay video, but you'll see that shortly. Realise this is my first bit of work actually getting the car to get closer to its final form rather than just pulling it apart. It's a bit of a slow process and it's a bit jumpy, apologise, but I don't really know what I'm doing with the filming situation. Hopefully get better soon. Hopefully in each video there'll be a particular thing I'm going to be filming rather than jumping between this and that, or focus on one thing at a time. If there's anything you want to see, bigger bits of, or more explanation, let me know. I'll try and do them. But otherwise, bring it on, and this is me pushing closer. Over the next few videos, hopefully I'll be able to let you know what engine will be going into it and what setup. Just waiting on a few more things to pan out before I can say too much. But yep.
Oh, here we go again. Just morning, just working on removing these little dicky blacky plastic clips from in the engine bay. Fastest of things, but all of those will be gone. And then I'll probably start grinding off all these little holes, getting ready to weld them. Every small hole is going to get welded right around. Not going too nuts smoothing it off, just going to smooth them. Just basically simple. Remove these brackets, remove the battery tray, weld up those big holes, chuck some plates in those two big holes. Same along the front here, remove any dicky holes that don't need to be there. And of course the same on the firewall. And the front guards hopefully get off shortly. Bit nervous how they're attached to the skirts that are attached there. Hopefully I can just get them off easily. That way I can get this front loom out. Otherwise it'll be a simple day. All going well. Would love to get the subframe outside and give it a good clean up so I can start grinding it back and prepping to weld in the plates, remove all the bushes and all that jazz, but I'm not real optimistic about doing that today yet. See how we go. Like that, the guards are off. Got to be one of the nastiest tricks to play when there's a cable tie holding the side skirt onto the other bit of the side skirt, but we got there. Bloody cable ties, snapped one, cut the second one, still got hit in the nose with the guard when it came off. Be right. Check out all that bloody overspray. Nightmare shit. Luckily most of that loom's going as I move this into the cabin once I cut out all the plugs that aren't needed. Gonna start on that bit now. I say just taking it easy, try and do as minimal bending over jobs as I can. Definitely some advantages of just going new parts. Big overspray on the seal. It was about $30 to buy a new one, so we'll just finish popping it off. And just like that, it can go in the bin. It's starting to look like ruined a perfectly good car. All the cowls off the top. Seems real strange, but there's a hole, like a cavity in here. Just gathers water. Surprised there's not more rust in there. And the same on this side, so I'll do something to get rid of them. The loom is all under the car. Just got to disconnect it from behind the fuse box. Not too bad. About to remove all these little dicky stickers. One less finger sand off. That one up there. Remove the import tag as well. Probably put that in the glove box, and just those tags. And we're nearly ready to start prepping all the holes. It doesn't look like a lot of change now, but nearly everything is stripped out of the engine bay. A couple of grommets on the back, the throttle cable, but everything else is out. Loom completely removed from the car, hanging up off to the side. Got to work out what I'm going to strip from that, how bare I can make it, and then I'll rerun it somewhere a bit nicer than around the top of the guard. Everything else is looking bare. Give the floor a quick sweep, and that'll be me done for that section. The inside, again, real bare. Got to pull the mat off the back so it doesn't catch fire when I'm welding. Probably cut out some cardboard templates of all the holes so I can cut them nice and neat. The big ones off to the side there, just in case I'm going to run anything through them later on. I'll get Fat Lip to make me some grommets. Message him shortly. Just prepping the engine bay to start welding up some holes, get the MIG out and go nuts with her. Gone over a heap of them with the flap disc, just enough to start me off. There's a good 100 or so of them I reckon, but we'll get the MIG out from the back corner, go nuts. Reckon I'm going to run out of gas, so I'd rather do it today, hopefully get a new bottle quicker rather than later and have that not hold me up. Considering I thought this old girl was going to run out of gas, we're doing alright. Heap of holes welded up so far, heap more to go. Probably do a handful of the smaller ones tonight, just push through with them. Got to cut a big section out here, make it nice, and then cut some circles out for these ones over there. Welding done for the day. Little bloody black marks everywhere. Got the electric sander ready for the tight gaps, the flap disc for the rest. Starting to look like we're making progress. Hopefully we get the engine soon so we can start mocking everything up, build a cross member and be away laughing. I'm sweating something off right now. It's making a bit of progress. The engine bay is nearly all welded up. Well, not nearly. Halfway welded up, just starting on the big holes now. Trying to decide if I go tubs in the front or not. 50-50 at this point. Probably by the time I put this video up I would have decided though. But yeah, here's where we're at. All the top ones there have been ground off. Accidentally welded up the headlight holes. Easy enough to re-drill and add back in. Got some holes cut out of metal just to put into place for a couple. A few that I'll do from the front. Simple enough holes just cut out. Saves welding up the big bits. Really it's this big hump here that's putting me off. The lines in the, whatever you call that, the tubs, the factory tubs I don't like. I don't know, we'll see. It'd be nice to go nice aftermarket tubs, smooth it all off, just a cleaner look. But we'll see what happens. But making big progress I guess. And then the inside is looking like a disaster. Just pulled everything back so I don't catch a fire. Been there, done that, it's not fun. And I got a bottle of water down here I'll have open in the car ready to go. Chuck that in there now. Just in case to put the fire out. No doubt I'll have one. Not too phased if I do anyway. We'll deal with that when it happens. Oh, game plan just changed fast. We're out of gas. Trying to drill that bugger, weld that bugger on there. No luck. Literally ran out of gas just as I started. So I guess we're waiting on gas to arrive whenever that'll come. Order it later today. And prep the rest of the holes. We'll get all the tape, just tape on all the bits just so I know where everything's going. Ooh-wee, she's come along. Cut the radiator support off just due to the sheer size of the motor gearbox package that's going into it. Most of the holes have been welded now, still got a handful to grind back. Then onto filler work. All the firewall ones have been welded, pretty much ground back. A little bit more to go on them, a few more holes to weld up, not too much. We've got Rex Calway tubs coming for the front. So once they get here I'll work out what I've got to cut. Should just make it a little bit tidier. Just get in there. Got the hot car. This hole here was pretty much destroyed. The guard was held on by a T screw. So I'm going to see how I go fixing it up now. Chuck a helicoil in the hole. Just run a smaller drill bit through first before I chuck the big bit through, just to make it easier. Don't want to ruin the big bit. Pretty much square with the original nut, so that's alright. Doesn't matter if it's a little bit off. The hole's been a bit destroyed on the guard. Then we'll chuck a tap through. Pretty much the whole way through, wind her out. Threads aren't the best, but they'll do pretty good. And then we'll chuck a little M6 helicoil in. Hopefully it doesn't try and jump a thread. Boom, just like that, we're done. And the thread's replaced. Whole heap of filler everywhere. Still a heap to go. Really don't want to do any sanding yet, so just going to sit there. The radiator support started to make some C channels. So you'll see one there, one there. That way this can go on and off reasonably easy. Now I'll just do a bolt for each side just to secure it. Should be good. Probably not going to work out that easy, especially with this being bent. That's going to take a little bit of effort, but once everything's together we'll make it work.